I'm going to complete the explanation for the problem that I was doing in the last video at the end. I just ran out of time. So at this point, we rearranged the A and the B just in alphabetical order, so it's 2AB. Each one of these has an exponent 1/3. So let me just look at this. This is a 1/3, that's a 1/3, that's a 1/3. So based on the rules of exponents, I'm going to put all these terms inside parentheses and raise it all to the 1/3. Now, here I have 3A times 3B, and that is equal to 9. 3 times 3 is 9, A, B. And then I have each of these is to the 1/3, just like before. So I'm going to write all the terms without the 1/3 and then write down 3A squared B, the whole to the 1/3. The whole to the 1/3 is the same as the cube root of. So that's what I do in the next step. So it's the cube root of 3A squared B, cube root of 3A squared B, and there's an AB in the first term and an AB in the second term. So the common factor is AB times the cube root of 3A squared B. So if I factor that out, I'm left with the 2 and the plus 9. So that's 2 plus 9, and that's equal to 11. AB cube root of 3A squared B. Each of these is a cube root, so I'm going to write it as to the 1/3. So that's A to the 4th, B cubed, C squared. But then I have here 6AB, AC squared to the 1/3. Now since it's a 1/3, I can write A to the 4th as A cubed times A to the 1. This is B cubed, and that is C squared. So I'm writing the exponents in terms of multiples of 3. So that way, when I go times 1/3, it'll cancel with the 3. So that's equal to 6AB, A to the 1/3, C squared to the 1/3. There's not much simplification that we can do there, but let's see if this part can be simplified. So that's 7A cubed to the 1/3, which means the exponent is divided by 3. A to the 1 to the 1/3, B to the 3rd to the 1/3, C squared to the 1/3, minus 6AB. There's not much simplification we can do here, so I'm just going to write it back as, I'm going to put it back as the cube root of AC squared. And we were not able to simplify, so I'm just writing it as cube root of AC squared. Now, these two are multiplied together, so the 3 and the 3 cancel each other out. Multiplied together, the 3 and the 3 cancel each other out. So we have 7A, A to the 1/3, B, C to the 1/3, minus 6AB cubed. Oops, that's not a B cubed. That's an AB, and that's the 3rd root of, sorry, that was not a cubed, that was the 3rd root of AC squared. Now, we're going to collect all the terms with whole number exponents, so that's 7AB, and this is 2 times 3, that should have been a 2/3, or I could just leave it as C squared the whole to the 1/3, because there's not much simplification that I can do there. Now, the terms containing the 1/3 exponent are these two. So I'm going to write it as a to the 1/3 c squared whole to the 1/3. I'm not combining these two because it's not going to simplify any further, and I want the 1/3 outside, so I can write it as a cube root. So that's 6ab cube root of ac squared. So 7ab, both these terms have 1/3 as an exponent, so that's a 1/3, that's a 1/3. So I'm going to combine these terms and write it as ac squared whole to the 1/3 minus 6ab cube root of ac squared, and now we have 7ab cube root of ac squared minus 6ab cube root of ac squared. Now the common factor between these two is this entire term. So if I factor that out, I'm left with 7 minus 6. So that's 7 minus 6 ab times the cube root of ac squared. So 7 minus 6 is a 1. So ab, the cube root of ac squared. And that's the final answer. So this problem, we're going to look at each term inside the radical sign, which is to the 4th root, and that is the same as to the power of 1/4. So 5x, write this down, oops, so 5x 3y to the 5th whole to the 1/4 plus y 243 x to the 4th y to the 1/4 plus 48 x to the 4th y to the 5th. Now y to the 5th, since the exponent is 1/4, I'm going to write it as 4 plus 1. So I can write it as y to the 4th times y to the 1. So this is 5x 3y to the 4th times y to the 1 whole to the 1/4 plus y times, and 243 is 3 to the 5th power. If you break it down completely, it is 3 to the 5th power. So that's 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 1, because 5 is 4 plus 1. So 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 1. The reason why I have 4 is because of this denominator of 4 that's going to cancel eventually. And this is x to the 4th y plus 48 is 2 to the 4th. Remember, this is whole to the 1/4. 2 to the 4th times 3 to the 1, x to the 4th, y to the 4th times y to the 1, because 5 is 4 plus 1, and that's whole to the 1/4. So basically, whole to the 1/4 is dividing all the exponents by 4, or raising each of the terms inside to the 4th power. So 3 to the 1/4, y to the 4 whole to the 1/4, y to the 1 whole to the 1/4. You can skip this step once you're absolutely sure. You can just do it in an easier way, but right now I'm going to write down everything. So this is y 3 to the 4th whole to the 1/4, 3 to the 1 whole to the 1/4, x to the 4th. Each one gets a 1/4 as an exponent, which will eventually be multiplied to the other exponent. So we have 2 to the 4th to the 1/4, 3 to the 1 to the 1/4, x to the 4th to the 1/4, y to the 4th to the 1/4, y to the 1 whole to the 1/4. So I'm just writing everything down, and that's why it's just taking longer. So this is equal to 5x 3 to the 1/4. Nothing simplifies. Here the 4 and the 4 cancel because we're going to multiply these two exponents together, and we get y to the 1. And then again we have y to the 1/4. So that completes all the terms there. Plus 3 to the 4 to the 1/4. The 4 and the 4 cancel, and you get a 3. I write down the y from here. And then I have another term where the 4 and the 4 cancel. So that's an x. So I'm going to write down the x with the y because it doesn't have an exponent of 1/4. So basically I've taken care of this term, and this term. And the next thing is putting all the terms with the 1/4 exponent together. So this is going to be equal to y to the 1/4 plus, same thing again, cancel the 4's, cancel the 4's, cancel the 4's. And now we're going to write down all the terms without the fractional exponent. So that's going to be 2, the x, 2x, so that's a 2, that's the x, and then of course the y, and then 3 to the 1/4, and then of course the y to the 1/4. So this is equal to 5xy. So we've taken care of these terms. 3 to the 1/4, y to the 1/4, plus 3xy. I've rearranged these terms just to be consistent in alphabetical order. 3 to the 1/4, y to the 1/4, plus 2xy, 3 to the 1/4, y to the 1/4. Each of these can be written as a 4th root of 3y, and then the number is 5xy 4th root of 3y plus 3xy 4th root of 3y plus 2xy 4th root of 3y. Now the common factor clearly is this. So I'm going to factor it out and write it as the 4th root of 3y. So that's 5xy plus 3xy plus 2xy. So this is equal to 10xy 4th root of 3y. Combined, this is the final answer. It's just a lot of writing, but the rules are basically what we've been using for the last couple of sections.